If that doesn't sum up the year of 2020, I don't know what does. This is my, what is he called? The Plague Doctor. It's really a coffee mug, but y'all know.
I'm not drinking coffee out of it.
By Rebecca Graves, or Graves Company Pottery. I don't know if you can see that very well. Today, you guys, I am so excited about this. This is watermelon candy scoop. Gross, there's a hair on it. That's my hair, it's okay. Do you guys ever feel that way? Like, do you ever find your hair in your food that you just made for yourself? That does not gross me out if I know it's my hair. Not that I ate it or anything, but you know. Okay, this is a sour ale from a local brewery here named Two Toms. Ow. God, I haven't even started. I hurt myself. Dan and I went there for the first time after his 10K on Saturday, which, as some of you know, he shaved off 2 minutes and 24 seconds from his 10K last year this past Saturday. So cheers to Dan and all you dedicated people who run when something isn't chasing you. Guys, so good. Let's get started. Grab your drink. Hey guys, Chevy Rel here. How the heck have you been? It's been a minute. I know, I'm busy. It's busy. Life is busy. Especially this week. I can't even tell you how much busyness I have happening this week. I wanted to podcast last weekend, but as I mentioned in the intro, Dan had a run on Saturday. We took Ditto to training. He is not here. Ditto is in puppy school, y'all. Even though he's 3 years old, he needed a little help. We sent him away for a week. He came back to our house last weekend, so we worked all weekend with him. I made myself bleed trying to open that beer. So Ditto came home and stayed for the weekend, and we worked on what he learned while he was there, which was place, doorway manners, and loose leash walking, which he did great. I think he did great. I mean, knowing Ditto, he's amazing, but we still have a long way to go. So then he went back to puppy school Sunday night, and we pick him up Friday, and he's done. This is Monday. I mean, y'all make Monday better, right? For those of you who don't know me, I ramble. My name's Chevis, also known as Chevy Rel on the interwebs. This is the Chevy Rel Stuff Podcast. We are in the stuff room. As you can see from the background, it is fall, yo. Usually this is a very bright room. It is overcast. It's been raining all day. Icky here in the Midwest. I know some of you don't give a shit about weather, but that's why it's so dark back there. Usually in the winter months is when I bust out the studio lighting. I'm still getting enough light through this window that I figured y'all have seen the stuff room. If you're new here, welcome. Normally you can see more of this. Catch another episode when it's real light. Real quick, I just wanted to say thank you for all the love and comments for my skate video. I know that is not everyone's jam. I did a roller skating video. It's only 10 minutes long. It's a shorty. Dan did it with me. You got to see us skate a little bit. I used to skate roller derby. My skate name was Butte Vicious. I had some people ask me what that was. Falling, I've done that many times. That did not hurt. I had a lot of comments that said, ouch, that looked like it hurt. The pads are amazing. It really does not hurt when you fall. It looks like it does, but it doesn't. Those pads are amazing. I'm guessing it's similar to football pads. I have fallen a lot. One time I fell even resulted in this. That was when I was skating derby. So I am complete now with hardware. Random fact, my dad has had not one, but 2 daughters break their ankles roller skating, which how weird is that? My sister did it circa 1982 or 3, and I broke mine in 2006. So it's just really weird. We had all new concrete poured in our little addition that's kind of out in the middle of the country about 2 years ago. So I am very spoiled, and I was super excited when they were doing it full on just for skating. I also love that video brought back so many memories for you guys. One of you remembered before the disco era when they played the organ at the rink, and that it was, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who commented it, but it was the coolest story. She said they went to the roller skating rink and they'd played the organ, and then they shut the rink down for sorry for those of you who don't give a hoot about skating, but it's my podcast. I can talk about what I want. Fast forward to the knitting if that's all you care about. That's how we roll here. But she remembers how they played the organ and then they shut the rink down and it was closed for remodel. And when they opened it back up, overnight it went from organ playing to disco. Disco ball, the lights, the whole shebang. How cool would that be? So that was really neat to hear. More than one of you's parents owned rinks, which is awesome. There were a bunch of rink rats. I loved reading all those comments. Thank you so much. So now let's get on to the knitting. I am wearing my Weekender by Andrea Mowery, for those of you who remember when I knit it. Okay, my first FO is my Graham hat by Jennifer Adams. This is for my little cousin Colin for Christmas. The last time you guys saw it, it was right there with my little tarot stitch marker from Jen. This is that hat. Oh, that nice placement there. This is that hat that I said I can knit a bazillion times. I have knit it a bazillion times and I don't normally. The yarn is the Plucky Knitter. It is in the deep dish colorway. I did knit this shorter. The pattern calls, I think, to knit it for 7 or 7.5 inches before you start doing the crown decreases. But Colin's 13. He's a little dude. I didn't think that he would want a super slouchy hat. So I think that that'll fit him just fine. Oops, sorry. We're going to get that weird lighting stuff. I have to put my hair up. You guys, I always start out with the best intentions. It's just hot. Wool sweater, I almost forgot to mention this works for the Knit One and Done Cal that's going on right now. So let's see if I can remember them all. We have On the Needles, which is Nancy from Trilogy Yarn and Kathleen, their podcast. It was their brainchild to do it. We have Fiber Hustle, Erin and Chip. They're awesome. We have Carie from Creative Obsession. We have Codi from Codi Knits. And the guys, Kevin and Ray. Needles at the Ready. They're all doing prizes. Knit One and Done is you knit one skein. And you can enter 5 different podcasts to win stuff. I mean, y'all know that you're knitting something with one skein. You might as well enter it. I'm a bad podcaster, though. You'll have to go look. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3. Oh, shoot. I forgot about Sweet Tea No Shade. I suck. You'll have to go check out their podcasts to enter all the things. It's the perfect time of year to do it. I'm sure I already know they have awesome prizes. I've seen some of them because I watch their podcasts. So if you haven't checked them out, go do that. My second FO, you guys. I'm so excited. Some of you have seen this on Instagram. This book, I got so many comments on my Instagram post. I checked out from the library so many times that I was like, why do I keep checking this out of the library? I need to just buy the stupid thing. And I got it at Half Price Books for $8. If you're my brother or Logan and you're watching this and you want to be surprised, look away. This is, of course, for Cole, because who loves monsters more than kids or Toys R Us kids? Because we'll forever be one, right? I love this thing so much. I made Hugo, the couch potato monster. So if y'all aren't familiar with this book, it's by Rebecca Danger. Tommy from Squirrel Pie Productions just made her little Lucy one, and I immediately wanted to make Cole one. It's going to be almost as big as he is. I'm so excited for it. The other cool thing about the monsters is they all come with a little story. They have little paragraphs here. Oh, wonderful. The sun's deciding to come out right. It has not been out all day, you guys. They all have these little stories under them, and you can kind of write a little card to go with the story if you're gifting it to a kid. There's the houseplant monster, a bathroom monster. The bathroom monster, I already know, he's the one that's responsible for dumping out your shampoo or your conditioner so that you never use the same amount. Like, you know what I mean? One of them's always gone before the other. That's the bathroom monster. And he also sprays toothpaste all over your mirror. There's an attic monster, a laundry monster, a garage monster, a ceiling monster, a dress-up monster, patio garden potato. Oh, the couch potato, that's Hugo. Canister gym bag, mailbox, which I always thought would be fun to make for my mom because she's a retired postal worker. Basement monster, toy box, kitchen, computer, icebox, and a closet monster. They are so much fun, you guys. Okay, meet Hugo. Oh, isn't he so cute and squishable? Look at him. I cannot wait to see Cole hug this thing. I have to tell you, my favorite Looney Tunes cartoon is the one where Bugs Bunny meets the monster, and I think he's orange. Do you guys remember that? And he's in like some castle or something, and he curls the monster's hair. That's what his head looks like. Anyway, this is Hugo. It's for Cole for Christmas, who is my 1.5-year-old nephew. This is knit out of Knitpicks Brava Chunky, and I forget what needle size I used. I just went down a couple needle sizes. She tells you in the book it's made for all yarn weights. You just want to go down about 2 needle sizes so you can't see the stuffing through the yarn. You guys, this lighting, are you killing me, Smalls? Maybe I wasn't meant to podcast today. I don't know what to do. I'm totally blind. Like I can't even, I just looked in the sun and I can feel my retinas burning. Is that what burns? Your retinas? Sounds about right. Okay, all I did was went and took my sweater off because I am so hot and the sun went behind clouds. So let's cross our fingers that it'll stay there. Okay, that's all for my FOs. Next up is my Swallowtail. There has not been much done on this, but I want to show you because someone asked me about yarn management on color work. So the last time you saw this, it was off the needles. I have literally only done like 2 rows, maybe 3 on the sleeves. So I picked up for the sleeves and I started the color work. Someone asked me how I do yarn management with my ball sacks, and this is the best I can do right now. I am using my yarn condoms from Andrea, and I have both sleeves in my yarn condoms. Similar when I am doing 2 or 3 color work yarns with my ball sacks when I have just like a big ball. But for my sleeves, currently I am working on these 2 colors, and as I knit, I just untangle them. Every time I flip it to knit another row, and maybe not every time. We'll say every couple of times. I'll just make sure that I'm untangled. And that's all I do. I just like move these around as I'm knitting. This is way easier to manage than having the yarn balls loose and then your ends coming out. And I mean, can you imagine trying to work with 4 balls? What a pain in the ass that would be. So that's what I do. I actually have my progress keeper on there. I forgot that I put it on there. So yeah, I've knit 2 rows. This is my little hedgehog guy. I showed him a couple episodes ago from Rose Likes Crochet. If you want to know more, here's the lighting again. WTF. If you want to know more about the Swallowtail pattern, it is by Jamie Hoffman. It's an $8 pattern. The yarn I am using is by Bente, ArcticCrafts by Bente. I talked about the ball management. I think that's it. Next up is in my Hohi, every time with the sun, there it got a little better. My Hohi bag, and in it is, I believe, a new cast on. Yes, it's a new cast on. This is the Andromeda hat by Maria from Ninja Chickens. I am using Malagribo Rios, which I showed a couple times ago. And this is yerba, and this one is blue in green. This is worsted weight yarn, and I am this far. This is a top-down hat. I am actually done with, where's my stitch marker? I have my little 3 peas in a pod. I need to do 2 inches before I start doing something different. That's that. It'll be Christmas. Haven't decided who I'm giving it to yet. The Andromeda Cap is a paid for pattern, and let me look it up because I can't remember. $5. $5 US for the Andromeda Cap. Okay, this is another story. This is in my bag from Andrea. Remember? My puppies. This has a great story. So y'all have heard me talk about my best friend Clint a bunch. I come from a very small town. Clint and I's moms were pregnant together. We're 20 days apart. Our families have been friends forever. I call his grandma, grandma, and his mom, you know, all that jazz. Dad, like all the things. Grandma Julie, who's his grandma, knits all the grandkids' stockings. Well, she has gotten to the point where it's hard for her to see her knitting. So her granddaughter-in-law, she's passed the torch to her. Emily is her name, and she got to the point of the heel turn. And Emily is an elementary art teacher. She is very awesome when it comes to all sorts of art. She picked up on, I mean, you guys, she did color work, just did it. I couldn't believe it. Like, she's taught herself color work. When she came to the point in the pattern where it was turning the heel, she didn't really understand what they were saying. So she asked me if I would help her. I'm not sure if I've talked about this on the podcast yet or not. I can't remember. If I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. But I went over to her house and we had like a little stitch and bitch one morning and taught her how to turn the heel. And while I was there, she showed me the pattern that Grandma Julie used. It was just awesome. It's out of print. It was in a magazine. I found it on Ravelry. Is it Bernat or Bernay? How do you say it? Whichever one is correct. It was originally part of a Christmas stocking kit available in the late 1950s that also included beads, sequins, stars, ribbon, and jingle bells for embellishment. And I'll link the Ravelry thing below, but it's called like a candle stocking or something. This is the pattern that she has loosely used like since her mom, so great grandma. So Grandma Julie has made some alterations because you know how vintage patterns read. Well, some of you might not know. Vintage patterns read very different than modern patterns. Like if you are a newer knitter, vintage patterns, there is a lot, what do I want to say? There's a lot of forethought needed and brain power needed by the knitter. They just didn't write them like they do now. So Grandma Julie rewrote the one from the 50s that her mom used to make a little more sense. So it has gone through many revisions throughout the years. As soon as I heard that it had that history, I knew that's the pattern that I needed to make for Cole. I also, reading the pattern that Grandma Julie rewrote from the original version, I also wanted, knowing what I know from the modern knitting world, I wanted to do another revision for Emily. Because Grandma Julie's, while it made total sense to her, and I mean, you can totally knit it, it's fine, but it's sort of in that, I mean, I'll show you a picture of what I have. It's sort of in like paragraph form, and I am going to just make some little tweaks to it. For instance, the stocking is called to be knit flat and seamed up the back. No. We will be magic looping. So I am rewriting it as I go. I have gotten up to the leg in the pattern. I am so stinking excited for it, you guys. Also Cade, Logan, any of the family who wants to be surprised by this, don't look. This is the start of Cole's stocking. Okay, look at my little puggies from Sarah, my little Olive with her snaggle teeth. I charted this. The way Grandma Julie has used it, I forgot to show you the back. So here's my chart. We are, for those of you who are farmers or growing up living in the country, we are an Alice Chalmers family all the way. Grass is green, tractors are orange. And for those of you who don't understand that, John Deere is like the big dog and they're green. Haha, get it? Grass is green, tractors are orange. All tractors have to be orange. I originally was going to knit him one with monsters. So I bought the yarn for it, which these were the colors. This is blowing out. It's like a baby blue. Well, when I found this tractor motif, which I took from a free sweater pattern for a little boy, it had to be orange, so I had to order more yarn. This yarn is Knitpicks Brava. I'll tell you about that debacle later in this episode. This yarn is Lion's Brand Basic Stitch. Some of you might say, why are you using acrylic yarn for an heirloom piece? This is why. Because I want this to be washable. I just felt like it would be best. He has plenty of natural wool type things. This is a perfect thing for acrylic, in my opinion. So once I get done with the tractors, then I'm going to get to the point of re-knitting or retyping out the heel of the pattern. And like I've completely changed it. They were knitting it flat. I'm doing it in the round. All they say is make one they do all these like PSSOs, which is like pass a stitch over on the right and the left, which looks really funky. So I'm going to change like the increases and decreases. That's what I think of you. I feel like I just need to wait for this other big cloud to go through. It just keeps getting worse. Blinded by the light. I'm sure that's the last thing in the world you guys want to hear me do is sing. Okay, I was sick of waiting. Plus, I opened the windows and got a little chilly, which means I can wear my penguono. And the only reason I'm wearing it is because it was hanging out right here on that chair and I didn't feel like leaving. My next and final FO is my CanCan Fingerless Mitt CanCans Fingerless Mitts, which I know you cannot see that very well. No. There's a little cable pattern on there. These are living in my hedgehog's bag from JJ. You guys, guess what? You are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting that little human. She is ecstatic. She not only got her Apple Watch, but had enough money left over to adopt a guinea pig. Look how cute it is. Okay, so the short hair guinea pig is actually her classroom guinea pig that they, adopted or are babysitting from her classroom because it needed to go home, right? So she took it. And then the long-haired guinea pig, she adopted. How cool is that, you guys? I'm so happy for her. Thank you so much for helping her out. And I love this. Every time I look at it, it makes me happy. In it are my fingerless mitts, and I am here. There's my little bird skeleton. I love that. La. You can see the cable pattern way better here. They're like little diamonds. And I am, dropping stitches. That's not good. I was doing this at the BMV, so that's why I am in the middle of a row. I am almost done. I think that I have one more row and then I'm binding this off. which I forgot, or I could have finished before I showed y'all. This yarn is Pashmina something, I can't remember. Is it Malagribo or MadTosh? Where are my notes? It should be in my notes. It's not in my notes. Why would I put it in my notes? Pashmina. It's one of the M's. You guys know that I get those messed up all the time. It will be linked in the show notes. That colorway, I have no idea what it is, but Simply Socks, which is where I got it, has a ton of colorways. So if you want something with a little bit of cashmere in it, go check that out. That yarn is luscious. My dad's socks, I can't remember where these were the last time you saw them. I had the heels done. I don't even know why I'm showing you this. Hey, look, I picked up for the toes. I measured and picked up for the toes. All I have to do is the toes. The next time you see it, they will be done. This yarn is Patton's Croy in the something stripe that I can't remember. Rusty stripe? I think it was called Rusty stripe. I said it the last time. Sorry, guys. I'm like all over. I'm scatterbrained. I'm super scatterbrained right now. I have so much to do that it's like I'm playing all the things that I have to do in my head all the time. And I'm so scared I'm going to forget something. I have lists for lists. You get it. I know you get it. Some of you get it. Okay, next.
Giveaway announcement.
Yes, we are doing a Halloween giveaway. I'm going to put together 3 prizes. I'm going to say 3 prizes. Here's how the giveaway will work. Being how it is Halloween, and you guys know that I love Halloween because I like creepy and unique and eccentric things. I also love dressing up. Dan and I, well, I wouldn't say Dan loves it, but he does it to make me happy. Wait till you see our costume this year. Well, my costume. Dan's costume too. He's not done with his. He's procrastinating. This is the first year that Dan and I are not going matchy-matchy. And I'm pretty sure that I have shown costumes before, but I am going to do a little picture thing. When should I do it? Maybe y'all have already started it. Maybe the whole time I'm talking about this, I'm just going to be showing pictures. Here's what we're going to do for the giveaway. I want to see you in your costume. And it can be any costume. The older, the better. Little kid, young, the older, the better. Those are my favorite. Remember like back in the 70s when they had those creepy plastic masks that you couldn't see out of? Actually, there's going to be a picture in here. My mom, God love her, she dug through all the photo albums because I told her what I wanted to do. And she sent me a ton of pictures of me as a little kid for Halloween. And then I'll also include adult pictures. It doesn't matter what costume, like where you went, just a picture of you in a costume. I want to see it because I love it. It can be your best. It can be your oldest. It can be your kid. It can be your grandkid. If you're not a dresser upper, if you don't celebrate Halloween, some place you went in a costume. That's what I want to see. It doesn't even have to be for Halloween. I just love dress up and pretend and, imagination. Because, see, previous comment, I'm a Toys R Us kid, even though I've never purchased anything at Toys R Us in my life. We lived in the boonies. I never stepped foot in a Toys R Us until I was like 20. So that's your assignment. There are 3 ways to enter because, all the things, right? You can, 1, post it on Instagram and hashtag it Chevy's Hollow Away. Get it? Like Halloween and giveaway together. Chevy's Hollow Away. Hashtag that on Instagram, or I will open up a thread on Ravelry, or you can email it to me at contact@chevyrelsstuff.com. All of those things, just let me know your name. Like if you email it to me, let me know your name. I guess that's it. Yeah, let me know who you are. And then you know me, old school draw, Halloween. You have until midnight on Halloween, which would actually be November 1st, right? You have until midnight, November 1st. Show me all your things. It can be cute, it can be scary, it can be spooky, it can be awesome. I hope I put my brother, oh my gosh, My brother one year, I helped him with his makeup, and I'm going to put it here, only in the country, you guys. I had the idea of wrapping rusty barbed wire around that thing he's holding. He took it in the bar with him. Only in the country could you get away with that. Babe, do you have your Halloween costume ready?
Tomorrow. I will get the final pieces tomorrow.
Okay. You'll have seen all the pictures by now, I'm thinking. I'm hoping. Maybe. And you've probably already seen them because I probably shared them last year or the year before. I love Halloween. So there's a refresher for you. So enter the giveaway. There are going to be 3 prizes. Speaking of Halloween, I have enabling. Well, it's kind of enabling. It's enabling for me. You can't have it. Sorry. But she's already sold out. Nancy from Trilogy Yarns. There's her card. Had a Halloween advent. And here it is. Now, some of you out there, I know it. I know. You tattled on yourself. Some of you are opening all of these when you get them. That is cheating. That is so cheating. So there's 14 envelopes and you open this up on Halloween. So I will, just like my Christmas advent from last year, I will do a saved stories on Instagram. And I haven't looked at them. I just sort of glanced at them. I didn't look at all of them because I want to be surprised. I love surprises. Love them. What a pretty spider. That's all of them. All these little bags have names. And I haven't looked at them because I want to be surprised. So I will be showing those on Instagram. And then I have to figure out what I'm going to make. It's going to be so much fun. Trilogy Yarns also has a Christmas advent. So if you want to get in on an advent calendar, go check out Nancy's advent. Last I looked, there were still Christmas ones available. And you guys know that those go quick. Get on it if you want on it. I have some happy mail from Crafty Grandma. She sent me this bag, you guys. And she didn't send a note or anything, so I don't know the story behind it. Look. Isn't that cool? Grab your drink. That's right. She made me a bag. Thank you so much. That is awesome. Grab your drink. Then I have some anti-enabling, which I'm not going to spend a lot of time on. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you saw my rant on Knitpicks. This is heartbreaking to me, but I'm just shooting you the straight shit, right? Because that's what I do. Hey guys, Future Chevy here. I recorded this about 2 weeks ago and there has been an update. So I'll let you go ahead and listen to the story and then I will let you know what happened after this at the end of it. I ordered a needle case from Knitpicks. The colorway name was gold. This is what I got. That is tan. That is not gold. That is tan. It's tan. It's just tan. It is not mustard at all. So I got a hold of them and I was like, hey, this isn't gold. This is tan. And they did not give a shit. They said, return it and order what you want. They don't do exchanges at Knitpicks. You have to return it and then order what you want. Paying for shipping the whole way. This needle case, while awesome, I was so excited to get it. I've wanted a new needle case forever. So it's an interchangeables needle case. So there's all these little pockets, right? And then there's pocket here for your cables. Well, I have had the same busted, I don't even have it. I threw it away actually. Ditto ate it. I had a Chicken Boots. Have you guys ever heard of Chicken Boots? I had one of her interchangeable needle cases. I've had it for years. Ditto ate the zipper and it's broken. So, and then I had my Hayas, which come in this, which wasn't really my jam at all. Like, I don't know why. It just wasn't, it was just too plain for me. Maybe that's what it is, or boring. There wasn't enough substance to it. I mean, look at this leather. It's padded. I was so excited. Well, it's only $15, you guys. This is a $15 needle case. It would have been $18 in shipping to purchase it, send it back, and purchase another one. So guess what? This is going to be in one of the Halloween, I was going to say trick or treats. Where did that even come from? This is going to be in one of the Halloween giveaway prizes. I begrudgingly, which is why I said we'll talk about this later, bought a gray one, which this is like an ash gray. It kind of looks brown. Oh no, it doesn't. It looks gray. To put my needles in. So I have my Hayas on one side and my Knitpicks on the other. I love it. I really do. I love it. It's awesome, especially for $15. But the way they handled this not being gold rubbed, mind you, they have another one identical to this that actually is gold and also called gold. So they have two different cases that are both labeled gold, and one is actually a metallic gold and one is calling this gold. So now I'm mad at them and I can't bring myself to spend money there, which might be petty and shitty on my part, but I feel like it's because I have shopped at Knitpicks for so many years and I tell everyone how great they are. They're my go-to for, you know, like gift knitting and commission knitting and people who need like acrylic. I love their acrylic and I am totally, their customer service is amazing, has been in the past amazing. And I was completely and totally bummed that it was handled the way it was. So some of you, because I put it on Instagram, some of you said that I should have called back and gotten another person. Some of you said to talk to a supervisor. To be honest with you, I feel like whoever answered the phone was just doing what they were trained to do. That was probably their answer, and maybe things have changed there and they're not as awesome as they used to be. I did tag them in my Instagram post, which gave them, like, they totally could have reached out to me and said, hey, I'm so sorry. We'll totally waive shipping on that return. I would have even paid shipping like 2 ways instead of 3, like something. Or, hey, you're right, sorry, we'll do a little color correcting on the website, whatever. I mean, something. I heard boo diddly squat from them. Now I'm just like, that's why I ordered Cole's stocking yarn from Lion Brand. And I ordered it off the website because typically, yes, I know that they sell Lion's Brand at Joann's and Michael's, but they don't have the full color palette. You know, that's one of the cool things about Knitpicks is they have that full color palette. And I'm like, well, shoot, so does Lion's Brand. I can order that online. Price-wise, Knitpicks is better. I just wonder if you guys have any other favorites that you order from. So one of you will be winning this in the Halloween giveaway. And I absolutely love this, but I call it anti-enabling because I don't know if I'll ever be able to order from them again. It really, really rubbed me wrong. I'm kind of a stickler on customer service. And I said before, they have been stellar in customer service my entire knitting career, which is, 20 years, probably. Every bit of 20 years. And
we do dinner in 15?
Dinner in 15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. I gotta hurry, guys. And maybe because the customer service has always been on point and stellar, I'm spoiled now and just wasn't expecting that reaction. Maybe I'm being a whiny bitch. I don't know. But that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Hey guys, full disclosure, it was just easier for me to take screenshots of what I posted. On the left-hand side, starting with PSA, was my original post. I have since edited my original post, which you can see at the top, to show that Knitpicks did reach out to me. I posted this originally on September 8th. They replied to me a month later, and that reply is on the right. They said, hello, we apologize for the long delay in responding. That does not look like the color gold you should have received. If you would like to send us a message with your order number, we would be happy to send you a replacement of the correct color. And my reply there was, thank you so much for your response. I have to admit that this transaction made me extremely sad. more with the way it was handled than with the product not being as described. The tag on the case says gold. I already ordered and received one in gray and am keeping the tan one for a giveaway. No need to send another, but do hope this sparks a conversation for how situations such as these are handled with your CSAs, which is customer service associates, for those of you who've never worked in customer service, moving forward. Thank you again for your response. So while it did take them a while to respond, I am happy with the fact that they responded, and I will order from them again. If they didn't respond at all, I probably wouldn't have. Was the situation handled poorly? Yes. But did they redeem themselves? Yeah. I mean, I just want it acknowledged. So I will take that, and I will for sure buy from them again. So hopefully this will shed some light on future discussions in their company. Thanks for listening. Okay, we are on to miscellaneous, which means we're wrapping things up. I want to give a big shout out to Zelda NRJ6. Is that, I can't ever remember her YouTube podcast. Everyone knows Zelda. Yarn is life. For her birthday, she is currently doing, and I hope that I get this edited and up in time for y'all to see it. She is doing a C-A-L, crochet along for her birthday. They are doing the Just Feel Festive Shawl by Kalisha Ryan. Some of you may know her. She also does the Quirky Monday podcast. Hashtag JFFSCAL. Just Feel Festive Shawl. Get it? GFFSCAL crochet along. Happy birthday, Z! Woo! Love your face. And I hope you have an awesome 50th. I did want to mention on the last episode, I was totally talking smack about the setup on a Kitchener. Like, why the hell would you do a setup if it just gives you dog ears on your socks and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of you commented that that isn't the only time you use a Kitchener stitch. It is probably the most often time that we use the Kitchener stitch, but you can use it on straight knitting, like Mobius cowls, other cowls, like provisional cast-ons where you are connecting straight knitting, then you would use the setup for it, which makes total sense. And after they pointed that out, I was like, duh, right? Duh. There is a point of the setup, apparently not on toes. Someone mentioned in the comments on the last episode that I should do Grab Yo Drank enamel pins. I have never thought of it. You guys know that I don't purchase enamel pins. I know that a lot of you are huge collectors of enamel pins. I have never thought about doing an enamel pin. I know there are other podcasters that do enamel pins. I wouldn't know the first place to start to look for doing an enamel pin. What do y'all think of that? Any of you interested? Do any of you know anything about that? Is that something that I should look into for the future? Is that silly? I don't know. You tell me what you think. I thought I'd throw it out there to the viewers. Let me know. And last time Weaver, Nicole did an interview with me. She also has been interviewing other makers and knitters and crafty people within the community. She has the Time Weaver podcast, and Time is Thyme, like the herb. She lives in Spain. She is a New Yorker, but has lived in Spain, I think she said, for the last decade. And she does a podcast in both English and in Spanish. And she's interviewing people in English and in Spanish. So if that's something that sounds fun to you, go check those out. She also does, she has her Time Weaver regular podcast, and she's just doing the interviews as a separate or a side to the podcast. So if you speak Spanish as your first language, or if you want to watch some of the English interviews, I suggest going to do that. They're super fun. She was a great interviewer. She asked great questions. She actually did Maria from Ninja Chicken before me. It is in my queue. You guys know my compulsion to have to watch that in order. So I will get there, but I wanted to mention that to you guys in case that's something that you are interested in. Last, which I might cut this out, I have a huge surprise for someone in our community, a couple of someone's in our community. And if that has happened by the time I get this up and running, some of you might already know about it. Some of you might not have any idea who these people are, but I was invited by a viewer to come to her home with a couple other podcasters, and the other podcasters did not know that I was coming. I will hopefully have some video that I will insert here just of the surprise happening. That is part of why this is going to be a crazy week. I actually leave for the trip on Sunday. As I said before, I super love surprises, so I cannot wait. And I also cannot wait to meet all the people that I'm going to meet. So, okay, let me set the stage for you. I literally just got to Wendy's house from getting off the plane. That's Wendy. She's the hostess with the mostest. Cheryl from Yarn and Hook knows that I'm coming. Her best friend, Billy, the crafty Floridian, has no idea. So this is me walking in to surprise her. All she knows is someone's coming.
I can't remember when I took that. I'll have to show you that little bottle that I have. It's really kind of amazing. I can't.
Surprise! Do you know who I am?
Of course I do. Oh my God! I recognized the sweater before I recognized you. I know. Like, are her eyes closed? Look at those beautiful blue eyes you've got. She's in complete shock.
Okay, so I know that Billy is looking at me like she has no idea who I am. She was really in shock. About 5 minutes after that, like, we just kept hugging and it was so much fun. Thank you so much to Wendy for being such an awesome host. We were in Virginia. I'll tell you more about it later, like my maple leaf hat and this dude who picked me up from the airport. I will leave you with that. I hope you guys have an awesome world until the next time we see each other. I hope I get this edited in plenty of time before Halloween. I just cannot wait to see your guys' Halloween costumes. If you're still here and you haven't subscribed and you like my flavor of crazy, like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that hippie horse shit. We'll catch you on the flip side. Later.